So Todd, what's your best dad joke?
Let's go with why did the monkey fall out of the tree?
I have no idea.
Because he was dead.
This is gonna go well.
Yeah. Ended up on a parent-teacher conference.
I'll bet.
Hey bartender, pour it long. Hey bartender, make 'em strong. You are listening to The Long Pour, the podcast where we drink and bring you our favorite drinking conversations. You are with the A-Man and...
Crusty Dusty. Doing a podcast today, and we got Todd Moore as our guest.
Trivia Todd, also Music Bingo Todd, who has listened to our podcast. And what did you say?
Once I saw the review that said, these guys are idiots, I love it, I was in.
So here's to another idiot for this episode. Welcome, sir.
I think it's an accurate description.
Yeah, we love it. Hey, we accept us for who we are and drink this. Hey, he likes idiots. He likes Jameson, and we're just hanging out here in December, man. And I have to ask you guys, like, hey, working. It's already. I don't want to say halfway into the Christmas season, but we're a couple weeks in. I've already hit my limit on Christmas songs, hearing them. I just, maybe I should, I'm not a bah humbug person, but like, as a man, like there's a limit of Christmas songs you can hear in the season, and I think I'm at it. So I want to hear what you guys think. Like, man, what's a song that you just can't fucking handle? Like a Christmas song that just like, nope, like hard out.
Most of them.
That's very you. Very you dark son of a bitch.
I hate Christmas songs. I used to have a job that would have me in grocery stores all the time, and December 1st, just the bad music starts and it just keeps going. I don't know how the people working there didn't kill everybody.
Well, I mean, don't take the cheap way out with most of them. Give us a specific song, dickhead.
Well, I do like Low, Just Like Christmas. That's a good one.
Someone that someone knows.
And
anybody but you and Lady Tracy know.
Fairy Tale of New York by the Pogues. I like that one.
Okay.
But yeah, like Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, basically all the slutty mom Christmas songs. I don't like any of those.
I wouldn't like them.
Tell me more about those slutty moms, man. Come on. Dude, that's a very Merry Christmas, sir.
Yeah.
No?
They need that jewelry.
Right? I mean, Santa Claus is only popular for like one time a year. He's got to capitalize, I guess. But
little Michael was lucky that he only saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. It could have been way worse.
But it could have scarred him for life.
Yeah. What the fuck you doing with those cookies? Right? Too far.
Wrong kind of cookies.
Yeah. Like, let's get the tube of Pillsbury Doughboy. That'd be interesting. That's too.
Are you saying they didn't wait till they cooked it?
Yeah, or maybe they baked it themselves with their. No, I'm not gonna say it. Body heat.
Natural steam oven.
Yes, that's how it does. Cook 10-12 minutes. I could never last 10 or 12 minutes.
What's your least favorite song?
The Barking Dogs Jingle Bell thing.
Oh,
I hate
God.
it. That and the All I Want for Christmas is My Two Front Teeth.
Awful.
That is an awful one, yeah.
You with your music background, do you know when that came out? Or is that
The Barking Dogs, I feel like was the 80s.
Okay.
Two Front Teeth, probably the 40s or 50s.
That sounds like from that era, like for sure.
I think it was Spike Jones who did all that stuff.
Awful.
Not Spike Jones. Or is it? I don't know. What was his name?
I don't know. It's rare we're giving people facts on the show, though. So
we try actually never to do that.
Well, they might not be facts. So
again, you fit right in, sir. Like, yeah, the song, the Spike guy from the 40s, 50s, Spike Lee.
No.
Definitely not Spike
Spike
Lee.
Lee. I think it's Spike Jones.
Not African American director Spike Lee. Definitely not.
Yeah, it's not him.
Not you know, Crooklyn, and He Got Game with Denzel as a penitentiary dad trying to help Jesus Shuttlesworth get to the league. Good movie.
Yeah, it's great.
It made me want to be a basketball recruit. He banged very many porn stars in that, which is what recruits do on recruiting visits. Yes,
I imagine recruiting to be very different. But...
I would hate it.
You would hate being recruited as an elite.
No, I would hate recruiting.
All you gotta do is give them strippers. Good, having fun. 5-star athlete.
How's that going to go in today's world? It's going to get out. Ask Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing okay. I mean, he's making like $10 million a year just talking about football on Saturdays. So I say, bring on the strippers. That's really my solution to everything, though. Now, too, off topic. This was Krusty's fault and Todd's, but I will say the blame is definitely not on me. I will say, for me, Santa Baby is a very awful Christmas song. It's way too sexual for a Christmas song that should be about merry and cheer. And it sounds like I'll keep with the 40s topic, Todd. Like, it sounds like a 1940s like lounge, like a lounge singer in a sparkly full length dress that is seducting her whole audience, and they're, like in the cartoons when they turn into like a wolf and they're like, oh, and they do that shit. It's really,
eyes
really,
popping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that is like a Christmas song shouldn't be that,
Absolutely.
Like it's like Jessica Rabbit singing a goddamn Christmas song, and it weirds. I mean, that's a pleasant thought, but overall, that kind of weirds me out. And then I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. It's like just cymbals crashing of a loud, discordant thing. It's awful.
That song is very popular when I play it in Christmas.
Will play it? You will play it?
Yeah. The music bingo, the final round in December is always half Christmas music.
Beautiful. And so people, the audience loves that song, but are you like, my audience has poor fucking taste?
Not on my playlist anywhere.
So do you have a Christmas song that you do like? So we've had the ones that we hate, so I'd hit you guys with the quick. Is there one that you're like, okay?
Well, I've already went.
Have I been drinking and did I mix up?
I get ahead of myself.
Did I already ask favorites? And have we covered just both what we like?
We haven't gone
like?
to Todd's favorite yet.
Okay, there we go. I knew something.
Snoopy versus the Red Baron by the Royal Guardsmen. If you don't know it, check it out. It's great.
You guys with your fucking songs and nobody's been.
It was number 2 on the Billboard charts.
In what year?
That one was pretty popular.
Well, I'm a Believer was number 1 by the Monkees.
Oh, nice.
So
60s. Listen to 60s music. Todd knows what he's talking about. Say the song again.
Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
I won't. And you said it had they couldn't keep it, but it had a lyric.
They had Hang On Snoopy in part of it, singing that to the Hang On Snoopy, but rights didn't work out, so.
Goddamn copyright infringement. Just a ruination of everything. But I love that. Okay, so we're talking about music, trying to steer this ship. There is, when we talk on that level, there is the Queen of Christmas. There is one Miss Mariah Carey who owns, basically owns the holiday with a song that she wrote in 15 minutes. All I Want for Christmas Is You. We all know it. We're all bombarded by it. It has caused her to have a number 1 hit every decade since the 80s. Probably the last 3 years, strictly because of that song, because she's not doing a whole lot else.
Right, yeah.
Except being a bitch, probably. So I gotta ask, is Mariah Carey, is she an awful person? I'd like to discuss this. you guys want to do a quick little shot of J-Mo before we maybe come back with a little round of discussion?
I'm ready for a shot clock.
Todd, what say you?
I'm in.
Okay.
We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Holy moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the aisle. Down here.
Yeah, really shouldn't be drinking.
Oh, really? You learned that in med school? That you obviously didn't get into?
Krusty here. Please check us out on the internet. We're on Instagram, the Long Pour 80 Proof. That's number 80. Same handle on TikTok. We're also Pour Along on Twitter. And we're on Facebook with your mother. And recently, we've just added our collection to YouTube. Please like and subscribe. This week's episode is brought to you by Coolie Nation. Get your koozies at coolienation.com. We have 100,000 long pour koozies coming in, so hit us up if you want one.
And we are back from our shot clock, and we were talking about, look, straight up, Todd, Mariah Carey, terrible person or no, discuss. I said that wrong. Yeah, terrible person, yes or no.
You
Discuss.
could have stopped it. Yes, she is a terrible.
just period, point blank.
But, you know, she was coddled young. She became famous, what, 20? 20,
Probably.
maybe 21?
Yeah, she was
Probably.
young.
Probably.
So she's always used to getting her escargot served to her in her favorite shape. And if she didn't get it, you sent it back. And that's how she treated life.
In her favorite shape?
Yeah. Punctuation mark.
Oh, wow.
I feel like she would never like have to go to Starbucks by herself, but she would have not a maid, a personal assistant. Like
Oh, she's definitely
I feel
got a
like she is
personal
definitely.
assistant.
I feel like she is definitely throwing like hot coffees in her personal assistant's faces, like multiple times for getting the order wrong. Yeah,
I'd spell her name wrong on purpose.
Whoa. How would you spell it?
Drop the H.
I like it, Maria.
Which is
Maria.
actually her name's influence is from Paint Your Wagon, I believe, the play.
Yeah.
And it was a Mariah spelled without an H. That's where they got her name.
Really? I would spell it wrong too. I'd be like BITCH. How about that? And people like we know who you're talking about. She just has that vibe. She's super talented.
Where she was.
She still is.
Oh, yeah, she still is.
Wasn't there like a thing where she tried to sing and it didn't go well
Okay.
at some point recently?
Dude, I can't believe you're making me defend. Like you are the defender of all things.
I flipped the tables on you.
Right, very, very sneaky. Let's give her due. Like she has a 5-octave range. I feel like it's like a Guinness Book of World Records or something with how like the low and the high that she can hit. But years of performing and in the elements, I believe she did do a New Year's Eve show a number of years ago, and I was maybe lip syncing on it, and the shit fucked up in the middle of her show, and she was just like, the crowd could feel it. The crowd was basically booing, Miss Bitch Queen, and she had none of it, and she just kind of basically like yelling at a crowd, like be like, how can you guys not even be enjoying this awesome show when like nothing's working? Like it was just it was very on brand if you think she's a terrible person. And so
Did she lose it when it didn't go right?
I said no. She was very put off by it. People probably got fired, maybe beheaded. I don't know how far she goes with that kind of thing. But definitely her road crew got fired. But people were in Times Square for New York, so they probably were like, "Hey, fuck you." And then they were probably, that's my New York impression.
It's an amazing impression.
Yeah, very, very good. And they were like, "Fuck it, let's get a bagel and drink," and they were probably cool.
It's
afterwards.
easily better than any impression I've ever done on the podcast. So.
Yeah, you got a lot of women love her.
Uh-huh.
She has so much in common with half of them. She's had children with Nick Cannon.
Oh, I salute. Well said, sir. Well said. This is Nick. Nick is a potent father, and that is a uniting. I feel like a rainbow uniting thing between them with fathering his children.
Right. Somebody was like, I see Nick Cannon everywhere. I was like, yeah, that guy's got to work, man. He's got like 15 child support.
Well, so much, and you know a thing or two about child support.
I may know a small amount.
Nick knows a little bit more.
I'm not Nick Cannon level, but
well, that's another thing too that that tells you that she's awful, like because they are divorced, and if Nick can handle 30 kids but can't handle you as a wife, that says a lot. It was like, nope, I'm gonna cash this out and I'll raise my. Let's make it 100. Let's it just keeps going up every time we talk about it. It's a lot of kids. Nick, use protection, man. Like just once in your life.
You can afford it.
Once in your life, pull out. It's fine. It's okay to do. It works 70%.
You probably just went swimming with
her. Like pool, dad's gonna drink. So I think we're in agreement. Super talented. All I Want for Christmas will forever be part of Christmas traditions, but awful.
I don't even hate it the first 3 times I hear it during the Christmas season. It's the 3 through 10,000 where it starts to get to me.
That song never bothers me.
No,
as much as every time I've ended at a wedding with that song, that was just totally off the hook. But you got a bunch of drunk people in a happy moment. I could have played something from the Schindler's List soundtrack at that point, though.
We got very dark, very more. I see why Krusty's fond of you.
Fun fact though, I recently just got married, and we did the playlist for the wedding, and I stuck in the theme song from Cannibal Holocaust. Great movie. It's like a. It's like a nice instrumental song, so no one would ever associate it with it unless you are a fan of the movie.
Like if you know kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a, blockbuster, so it's not like everybody's favorite movie, but...
You dark, twisted fucks.
I'm happy about it.
Todd has accepted himself for who he is and applauds himself for it. I want to... Look, if you guys don't mind, let's do one more Christmas thing. And just super quick. We have
like
the
Secret
songs.
Santa?
No. We have the songs, but there's also Christmas movies. Give me one movie must watch and one movie that you're like, oh fuck, just Christmas, if you could.
Christmas Vacation. Obviously.
It's the must watch.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
It almost nothing.
Shitter's full.
Shitter's full, Clark.
I love Scrooged.
Good movie.
Love Bill Murray. Usually try to watch Scrooged and Die Hard.
You're okay. You're gonna do the thing. I'm not even gonna do the argument. Some people think it's a Christmas movie, so I'm not. I'll allow it. I'm not fighting. Todd wants to say something.
Bruce Willis
himself
says it is not a Christmas movie. It's a Bruce Willis movie.
Give Krusty a look. Give him like a hard like what?
Well,
you're wrong.
I can't argue with Bruce.
Yeah. Wait. Todd and I are looking at you in a hard fashion. Like an intimidating way to deal with it.
I wouldn't use the word hard.
I regret it as soon as I said it. That's why I went with intimidating. Thanks for reminding people of well.
But Gremlins is a Christmas movie, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll still have that.
Favorite line. Hey, you dark motherfuckers will like this. Favorite line in the movie. I'd never seen it. Didn't realize. For until my 30s, didn't realize it was such a Christmas vibe. And Phoebe, is it Cates?
Yep.
Super hot actress back in the day. What is Porky is the scene? Is that this? Which movie is the swimsuit thing? She has an iconic swimsuit. thing.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Thank you. So watch it if you haven't, gentlemen. Anyways, off topic. Krusty's fault.
Be sure to pause.
Pause and enjoy. So iconic actress Phoebe Cates. She has this line in this movie where she's talking and she's like, you know what? Some people open presents on Christmas Eve and other people open their wrists. And I was like, what? I was like, what 80s nonsense shit is
I forgot
that?
about that one.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were going for the dead dad in a chimney.
Yeah, there's that too. It's a
Yes.
dark movie. I forgot.
I guess there's many things to choose from in that of dark, but that stuck out to me because I was so like, what the hell? That got dark. Favorite movie. I'm gonna go Home Alone. I've really like rekindled my affection for that movie as a great must watch holiday movie. And least favorite, Todd.
Wow, I was not ready for it. I don't watch many of those. Anything that's Lifetime involved. Lifetime Network.
That's basically the Christmas Network.
Yeah, it's just total saccharine, sweet. Oh, we're back together.
Yes. The I'm 1,000,000% going to mispronounce her name, but the youngest on short-lived Fox drama Party of Five. The youngest daughter in that, the actress's name is Lacey Chabert. I'm going to
Chabaret or something like that.
I'm going to butcher her last name. She turned into a full-on hottie, and she is on basically all the Hallmark Christmas movies. So if you are forced to watch one, you could at least look forward to like an attractive lady being. I got nothing. I'm reaching.
I can't do the Hallmark ones.
Yeah. No.
And there's my least favorite one's probably Four Christmases with Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. But yes, I watch it every year. Just like one of those movies that's so bad it's good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have like just a super quick like takeaway of like what makes it awful?
It's just it's just one of those movies. I don't think it was, slap Christmas on it, give a weird premise. They try to avoid their family on the holidays.
Are they lovers?
Yeah.
Okay.
They get caught up, and then they have to go see all of their families for Christmas. And like Vince Vaughn's brothers are like MMA fighters, so they're like throwing them around the living room. At some point, they're trying to install a dish system that he got his father for Christmas on the roof that goes hilariously wrong. I mean, just complete, just one of those movies where just everything goes wrong and it's just completely ridiculous.
Shenanigans ensue, basically. Yeah. Okay.
Could have been Vince Vaughn. Because he's got Fred Claus, too, which is basically just a takeoff of Elf.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Elf is a great movie.
Don't tell Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn, in general, yay, name.
Oh, I like Vince Vaughn.
Me too.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on the podcast. he seems like a guy you could have some drinks with at a bar.
Absolutely. I will say, for me...
he also seems like a guy that doesn't turn down a lot of scripts.
That's not a good way to get him on the podcast. Not a good way. Vince, you're great. Loved you and Rudy and Wedding Crashers.
Absolutely.
And pretty much everything you've done with Owen Wilson. For me, the one that I would say I despise is, I think, every woman's favorite, Love Actually. It's a really weird movie. It's like 5 different storylines, separate storylines. So I guess it's supposed to be romantic. I don't know. I know there's a storyline where the best friend like falls in love with the wife of his best friend. and he's like filming her. He films the wedding and the camera clearly focuses on the bride who he's in love with. And he ends up like showing to the doorstep with like wearing signs, or not wearing signs, holding up signs of like, I just want you to know I love you. It's very like stalking, very weird. And women are like, I love this movie is about true love. We love it. I like this. It's a very like serious issue. He is dishonest to his best friend, and he's stalking a married woman with like cardboard signs. It's very creepy.
So
women love it.
I'm familiar with the sign scene, but I've never actually seen the movie.
It's a stalker. He's also Sergeant Rick in Walking Dead, which he's very awesome in that role. But he's I guess that's what women. No, gentlemen, that's what women think love is. Show up to their door with a cardboard sign and looking through their windows and saying you love them. That'll work every time.
I know some exits they can get that cardboard sign at.
I knew I liked Todd. I knew I did. Well, let's do one more shot clock and then wrap things up after it.
Double shot clock episode?
Yep.
Holy monkey crap.
I love it.
Moly! Man, woman, and child did that. Put them in the aisle.
Down here!
Yeah, really shouldn't be drinking.
Oh, really? You learned that in med school? That you obviously didn't get into?
And we are back from our second shot clock, which makes Krusty very, very happy.
Absolutely. I'll do a third and fourth.
I believe you wholeheartedly. And we've been going very Christmas-centric this episode. All good stuff, man. It's a great holiday. I hope you guys, friends that are listening, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and get wonderful things and eat a bunch of cookies and get great time with your family. But we are going to change it up just a little bit because we do have a guest. And I feel, we haven't given him a chance to kind of talk about his stuff. So Todd, I met you at the Slovak doing your music bingo thing. So basically you got kind of two things, businesses that you're working. You're doing your music bingo and you're doing trivia. Accurate?
Correct.
So this, why don't you tell us a little bit about it, man?
The trivia portion I've been doing for this month 24 years.
That's awesome.
So
That is, yeah.
And a couple of the places I've been there for 18 plus years.
Do you remember the first place that you?
Yes. Wings.
Nice.
Up for my buddy Dave who did trivia there.
Uh-huh.
I filled in for him and it didn't go well.
Any details you want to share on that, or just leave it as is?
Main thing I did, I made a mistake of saying on somebody's birthday, and it was a girl that it was her 50th birthday, just as a joke. Yeah.
A life lesson right there.
Right.
Live and learn. I love it. I've been Wings up there. Is that considered what? I know it's off the Benchwood exit, but
Butler Township, but they go under Vandalia.
Got Vandalia. That's right. Good place, or good to hang out and do trivia. That's a small world, man. This that you started there, and then you knew, did you know right away that I could do this trivia thing?
Yeah, and then my first full gig was Stubby's. 1999.
God, dude, time goes by is too crazy fast, man.
It does.
So you started doing the trivia thing. Now I've not been. Hey, sometimes you just go out to eat on a Tuesday and you end up at a place that's doing trivia. Usually you have no idea. So I'm not a huge trivia guy, but I have friends, nerd friends, that make it very much a part of their day. We're gonna do trivia and do a weekly thing. And so I've been at B-dubs and a couple different places that do trivia, and I'm always amazed because I'm not. I do know some random knowledge, but it never seems that it's the trivia related, random knowledge that, some of the stuff that these people know. It's how the fuck do you know that? So do you find that with your questions, or
I try to keep it loose. I want to make sure the whole deal is to have fun, and I don't make it about the trivia. It's about wanting people to come back. So I don't get into what I would call a quiz. There'll be some of those, some really smart people questions, but then I might compare a Speedo to a crab, species of crab. So
would I be putting you on the spot to do that comparison? Like, do you remember that question?
Plum smuggler. Is that a nickname for a Speedo or a species of crab?
Let's see if we can. Let's go. I'll go Speedo.
I'm gonna say species of crab.
It's a Speedo.
Oh, I am amazing at trivia.
Now you might have crabs, but
Okay, no, you got.
I mean, I've been to quite a few of your music bingo events. I love them. They're a blast. Everybody should check them out. And I've been to your trivia. I'm thinking of one in particular because you did Game of Thrones trivia.
oh yeah,
And I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
I gotta
one of
go.
the few times I did a themed one.
I'm a Game of Thrones nerd. I was like, I got this. We did very well, and we got to the tiebreaker, and I may have leaned into drinking a little too much and
we
forgot
don't
the
believe
name of Ned Stark's son.
What's his name?
It is Rickon, right?
Doesn't that Stark have lots of sons?
I said Rickard.
Close enough. Did you give it to
No,
him?
those people are going to kill me there.
No, I love that. I love competitive trivia. You said, have you ever seen a fight or anything close to break out?
The only thing that came close one time, I used to have a secret word, and if the word was said in part of a question, whoever screamed first got a little $1 pack of Kit Kats that I got at the dollar store. Well, I couldn't tell between the two groups who was louder, who was first. So there were 6 people total. Everybody's getting a candy bar. They still started getting into it, arguing about who was first. And they had to be broken up and
Over a candy bar.
over $1 candy bar.
A Kit Kat, which is at best like
So-
number 7 on the list of candy bars. At best. Yes?
Yeah.
I would understand a fight over a Snickers. I'll punch a motherfucker for a Snickers.
I believe you.
Hey, bring out competitive. Like I know people that play trivia and like they kind of have like that group leader that people just like defer to, and then sometimes they're good, but sometimes they're better than they think they are. But it's just not worth like the peace of mind at the group, so they'll just like, okay, this answer is wrong, but we're gonna let this asshole like answer it anyway because he's just too much of a sourpuss. If you go against him, have you seen shit like that?
I don't get the really smart people a lot. In fact,
Because you've had crusty.
so, I mean, I'm talking like Jeopardy type people. There's actually a guy that comes frequently that had been on Jeopardy, and he loves coming to it because it's not like Jeopardy. Like I said, I'll hear a joke and I'll turn that into a trivia question, and there might not even be an answer to it, but I'm going to ask it anyways because I want to say that.
I love it. And it's your show. Well, you've been doing it for over 20 years,
Yep.
and you, like you said, it's about good times and you're wanting people to keep coming back. I love the trivia stuff. I do want like I said, the first time I met you was a music bingo. And music bingo is just one of the fucking funnest things. Like it's so simple. Why don't you tell our friends that are listening along with us a little bit about music bingo?
Music bingo. Actually, I was probably the first one to make it. I know I was the first one to bring it into the area because that was over 9 years ago. But it had been here before. In research, I found. In fact, music bingo goes back to the 50s. There was a game show.
Okay.
Called Music Bingo, and there was a board game and everything back in the 50s, which I found us out afterwards. But my style seems to be the big draw, and it's set up by genres and stuff. Gets newer as the night goes on, and we keep that consistent.
So you do like decades, like that. You do 50s.
Not necessarily decades. I spread it out further because the year span is too much. So, and we ended up with just all of it all mixed up. So, and it seems to work out better, and it's always changing every week, at least every month. 20% of all the music changes. So there's still familiarity. Is that the word?
Nailed it.
For those of you who know me, Venezuela, but that was a thing one time.
I have trouble pronouncing words as well. I blame it on drinking. It's not always because of drinking.
I'm lazy. But I even forget where I was because we just lost that.
Well, what? Well, just because I've been to a few. To win this game, you have to have like some knowledge of pop culture and music because
Right.
you're
A lot.
late. You have your board out and you got to get the bingo, so you got to get the shit in a row. So you have to know songs. You can't
Right,
know
right.
songs.
And I don't, and I have rules. I go only do it once per month in a zip code, so it doesn't get watered down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going over that. I'm going over quality. And right now I'm in 15 zip codes doing it.
That's
so.
awesome, man.
That's fantastic.
Do you have a statistical breakdown? And I say that jokingly. I don't actually expect you to have a statistical breakdown. But do you find more women or men like win? Or
Women.
Women. God, they know the
Yeah,
songs, man. Is
They
it not
do.
even
They know the
close?
songs, and like they could be. It's usually women that have kids and stuff. I mean, even though
So
there's
the new
a lot of
music.
young ones,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like they're going to the club for 3 hours and getting home by 11:30.
Mm. Now I was going to ask you because every time I've been at Music Bingo, there's some very vigorous karaoke that gets broken out. Does that happen
Yes.
every time?
Yes, big sing-alongs. The one I did last night. I mean, it's you bring out the worst music you can find.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Stuff you'll hear at a wedding reception,
Mm-hmm.
and they love it.
Who let the dogs out?
That's one of them. YMCA.
Oh God. Mm.
It's that always gets them. The theme to SpongeBob SquarePants,
Really?
especially because it comes later after, and we have shot rounds,
Mm-hmm.
which you gotta have.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
we obliged by that.
And by then they're loosened up and they're just going at it.
Oh my God. And then I will not call it a bad song because I love it, but I imagine every time "Shake It Off" by the amazing
Taylor Swift.
Boom, done. Forget about it.
Automatic. She's like a nice Mariah Carey.
Yeah, absolutely. And
People love her.
yes, I do. And Krusty, I've seen Krusty sing.
And for
It's
nothing
her.
but good stuff about her.
Yeah, she's the opposite. There's a yin and a yang, black and
Right.
white, whatever you want to say.
And you know, she's doing
Up and down.
Yeah.
charity work
and
by dating one of the Kels brothers.
God damn it, Kelsey. Kelsey, get it right.
Kelsey.
So yes, from a yin and yang standpoint, whatever is a good. Well, I'll say the yin. I'm no.
It is
religious.
yin.
Yeah.
Yin and
so
yang.
so that's Taylor, and the yang is Mariah. And then Merry Christmas to you guys, and let's just let's leave it at that and come back and hang out with us next time.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. And anybody watching, check Todd out around town. It's a lot of fun, real good time. I always have way too many drinks.
Give them a few places, Todd. Just a few.
Submarine House in Vandalia, Submarine House in Kettering, Bunkers in Vandalia, Crooked Handle both in Springboro and Piqua, Sloopy's in Greenville, Ohio, Buccaneer in Xenia, American Legion in Inglewood. All these are open to the public. The Inglewood American Legion one's the biggest one. We'll have up to 300.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
And I think that's all I got right off. Irish Club of Dayton, the Slovak Club, but you gotta know the password.
Absolutely. So, see, Todd, I know the password, so I'm doing the Slovak one. And actually, I just bang on the door until you guys let me in. It seems to work. But hey, friends, thanks for hanging out. And until next time, I hope your holidays were great. See Todd, hang out with us, drink, and be merry.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
We'll see you next time.